long story short, I got a bug up my ass about this Tether thing.
Oh, you and me, listen, I'm with you.
And so I don't know if you're aware of this. I know you've got the big CFA degree, but I have a measly CPA, but I've gone through the auditor's reports, and it's like these things are fucking worthless.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's crazy. There's a terrific. I'm going to send it to you because I know you're not on Twitter, but there's a terrific guy who made a 10-minute long YouTube. And he went through all like the history of Tether, how it came to be, and the individuals involved. And it's just I sat there and I was like, come on, this can't be. Like
Liam sent me this article. The guy I think started Tether. He worked at Morgan Stanley in like 1997. He got interviewed by the New York Times, and he was talking about all the money he was spending and the models and bottles and the Rolex watch, and Morgan Stanley fired him the next day. This is the guy who's like in charge of the...
Oh, and listen, it's worse, and I don't want to say anything more. I'm going to send you this. I am completely and utterly convinced that if crypto ends up having problems, it will be from these stable coins. Because to me, I think that a lot of crypto holders are quite prepared to have volatility in the actual underlying asset, whether it be Bitcoin or Ethereum. And like, let's face it, they just had some wicked volatility, and they've hodled, and good for them. Listen, and it hasn't collapsed. Look, for example, the Grayscale Trust. I would have thought that would have caused a whole lot of pain. It didn't. Yeah. For those who did the trade, it hurt. But I think though what I'm worried about is that I think very few are expecting to get crushed in their stable coin. And I think that would be kind of... listen, you know as well as I do, crises are never made for things that everyone warns about. Right?
It's the unknown unknowns.
Right. It's the thing that everyone knows can't happen that ends up happening, that ends up taking down the system. And to me, when I listen to the Tether and I just listen to them say, oh, it's they can print it just like a central bank can print it. I go, listen, it's completely and utterly different. One of them is a government that has the ability to tax and to tell you need to pay your tax in those dollars.
But they got like $60 billion, right?
Yeah, it's a monstrous number.
So let me just say this and keep this between you, me, and Patrick. Okay.
Okay, just keep it on the down low.
If I had a shot, a snagging 10 bill, and taken off somewhere, I might take a shot.
Well, I'm kind of sad to say that I do it for a couple of less zeros than you. I know, it's crazy. Like it's.
Well, how about those two poor kids in South Africa?
Oh yeah, those poor
they're
kids. Very poor.
They're
very
okay.
very poor.
I hope and simultaneously $3.6 billion worth of Bitcoin went missing.
Yeah. Well, there's one here in Canada as well. Patrick, what's the name of the guy that the Nova Scotia kid that
quadruga? Oh, the one that went to India?
Yeah.
And died?
Yeah, quote unquote died.
My brother tells me you can get a death certificate in India for like $20.
That's awesome. All right. I'm going. No.